Welcome back to English Upgrade. I'm Sarah Kay, and today we're tackling a challenge so many learners face thinking in English, not just translating. Dr. Rivera, why is relying on translation such a common roadblock for people trying to become fluent?
Great question, Sarah. Translating every word from your native language into English slows down your responses and leads to awkward phrasing. For example, idioms like kick the bucket make no sense if you translate them literally, often resulting in confusion or even unintentional humor.
That's a vivid example. But beyond awkward expressions, does this constant translation process have deeper effects on the brain or communication skills?
Absolutely. Studies, such as those from the University of Edinburgh, show that constantly translating increases cognitive load. This means your brain works harder to find exact equivalents, which don't always exist. The result? Fatigue, slower conversations, and more frequent errors.
So translation isn't just about speed, it really impacts how naturally and comfortably someone can use English. Let's dig into how this can affect long-term language growth as we move forward. Building on that, Dr. Rivera, what happens to learners cognitively if they keep translating while learning English over a long period?
Prolonged translation forms what we call fossilized errors. Essentially, the brain creates strong pathways for unnatural patterns, making it difficult to break free from them later. Imagine driving with the handbrake on you move, but never smoothly.
That's a striking analogy. Does this fossilization affect confidence or willingness to interact in English?
Definitely. Learners become overly cautious, focusing so much on getting every word right that they hesitate to speak up. Ironically, this fear of mistakes actually slows their progress and makes communication less effective.
It sounds like a vicious cycle. More translation leads to less confidence, which then leads to even more translation. Next, let's explore strategies to break out of this cycle and start thinking directly in English. With those challenges in mind, Dr. Rivera, what are the most effective strategies for training the brain to think directly in English?
One powerful method is immersion, even within daily routines. Narrate your actions in English like, I'm brushing my teeth, or I'm heading to work. This links English words directly to experiences, bypassing your native language entirely.
That's accessible for everyone. Are there specific exercises or digital tools that help reinforce this direct association, especially for beginners?
Certainly. Shadowing, where you repeat English audio in real time, trains your ear and mouth to internalize sentence rhythms. Apps like Duolingo and FluentU use spaced repetition, presenting words and phrases within authentic contexts to solidify thinking in English.
I love that these tools make practice engaging. What about reading and writing? Can those activities also help learners think in English without translating?
Absolutely. Reading graded readers exposes you to vocabulary and grammar in context, while journaling in English encourages your brain to express thoughts without relying on your native language. Over time, this builds the mental pathways needed for direct thinking.
Despite these strategies, many learners still struggle to make the switch. Dr. Rivera, what are some of the most common obstacles that prevent people from thinking directly in English?
One major barrier is the fear of making mistakes. Many learners worry about accuracy so much that they default to their native language for reassurance, especially under pressure. This anxiety can reinforce old habits.
That's so relatable. Are there environmental factors that make it harder to think in English, like lack of exposure or support?
Definitely. Limited opportunities to use English outside of class mean fewer chances to practice direct thinking. Social expectations like friends or family switching back to the native language can also slow progress.
It's clear that breaking free from translation is both a mental and social challenge. To wrap up, could you share a hypothetical scenario of a learner overcoming these obstacles and achieving fluency?
Of course. Imagine Anna, who started narrating her daily routine in English, joined online speaking groups, and kept a journal. Within months, she noticed herself responding in English automatically, her confidence soared, and she finally felt fluent, not just knowledgeable.